Vox Radio.
Vox Radio.
Vox Radio.
Vox Radio.
You're listening to Vox Radio.
Welcome everyone to the St. Valentine's Day special. We'll be talking about Finding Your Beloved here on Vox Radio, which is a presentation by emergenceearth.com. I am C. Lamont, and I'll be with you for the next 30 minutes. Today's guest is holistic healer Karen Savage Shane. Karen holds a Bachelor's of Science in Natural Health from Clayton College, and she is also certified in bio-optic holography. Did I say that right? Holography, language of mastery and outcome facilitation, and that's from Mastery Systems University. She hosts a free teleclass, which includes Calling in Your Beloved and Sacred Body Language translations. Karen, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So could you please tell us what is bio-optic, and how do you say that last word again?
Holography, like whole or all of it.
Okay. Holography.
Yeah, so bio-optic holography. It's a really interesting combination of several different healing modalities. And I can tell you what those are real quick. What's more fascinating is what it does and what happens as a result of bio-optic holography. So it's a combination of iridology, which is the science and study of reading the eyes. Like, you think of reflexology and how on the foot is represented every part of the body, and you can do specific foot massages for that area of the body that you're looking to affect. Well, the eye is a picture, an up-to-the-second accurate picture of what's going on in the mind, the body, and the spirit, and it's readable. And so I've been trained in how to read that, as well as sacred body language translations and word pattern translations. And I'm also an herbalist, and I work with people with nutrition. So I combine all of these things into something called bio-optic holography, which was invented or put together by Robert Tennyson Stevens of Mastery Systems University that you mentioned that I had studied with before. Mm-hmm. He's really a brilliant teacher and healer himself. But I work with folks who believe they're stuck in various pieces of their life, either stuck with chronic health challenges or stuck with emotional challenges, or the same patterns keep coming up over and over again in their life. And they're interested in getting past that and living a more fulfilling life that it comes from more of their highest choice. And so the eye is a really beautiful map for me to work with folks and enable them to step into their own accord and of their own doing their highest choice life, and then back it up with health benefits such as nutrition and herbs. And because people do it on their own with my guidance and support, they're getting lasting results because they have understood within themselves what it takes to step into their healed state. And so it's recreatable for them, and they can do it over and over again in other areas of their life. It's a really beautiful system.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I know we're going to have to talk more about this on another show, perhaps sometime soon, maybe. Can you tell us a little bit how you got into this field?
Yes, it was both a coincidence and also a path I've been on since I was a little girl. So I was invited to go to a class by Robert Tennyson Stevens, probably on a little intro on conscious language or something, which is the art of speaking what you choose to have actually happen, and the art of speaking what you actually are in alignment with. Instead of say the word want, which means lack, like you think Shakespeare, I want for this.
Right.
You say desire or choose, because those words come from other root words. So that was what the intro was about. And I was pretty fascinated by this idea. And so I started taking classes with Robert Tennyson Stevens and ended up taking classes with him until I had taken about 400 class hours with him. And at the same time, I was getting my bachelor's degree in natural health. And I've always been interested in plants and herbs and edible wild mushrooms and that kind of thing. I mean, as a kid, I was the kind of kid who was making potions in my backyard all the time, that sort of thing. So this just seemed a natural flow for me.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. How did this lead into you hosting that Calling in Your Beloved teleclass?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite classes to share at this time. I'm getting such a good response from folks who are attending that class.
Yeah,
they're really getting a lot out of it.
Very much.
Yeah, I consciously called in my beloved, and I used a really teachable system for doing it that had been taught to me in part by Robert Innocent from Mastery Systems, but I also added in a lot of my own experience and understanding and working with the law of attraction to my path here, and so I shared that system on my telecall, and I also had this just such amazing success on my own calling in my beloved. I really got better than I could possibly even imagine with my sweetheart. And it just continues to be better than I could possibly even imagine. And it's such a gift. And if I consciously know how to do this, and I'm experiencing such joy, it just wells up in me, and I desire to share it. And so I got the idea. I think I taught the first class the week after our wedding, because I was just so filled with
amazing.
gratitude that I was looking to share.
That is so cool. Yeah, so I did take this teleclass, which is how I found out about you. And it was an hour-long class on the telephone, like a conference call you call in. But some of the things that you said, like using choose, is like something so powerful that I wouldn't even think of before. It's amazing.
It is amazing. I find it's like homeopathy. I'm a homeopath as well, as you said. And so these tiny little shifts in our choices or in the way we speak or in our consciousness can have some of the biggest effects on our lives. And that's very homeopathic and true, but it also makes it very simple to make some of these new choices and upgrades in our lives.
Could you go through some of the steps that you would take for calling in your beloved?
I can offer a little bit of it, but it is fairly particular. I don't know if you've been messing with or enjoying the law of attraction, you know that there's some nuances to it that are very helpful to know. So I believe there's a really good book out there on calling in the one. I'm not remembering the author right now, but I've had some time to look at this book in the past month or so. Someone brought it to my attention. It's a really beautiful book for step-by-step walking into it. But basically, what we do in the class is I offer folks the opportunity to imagine and really embrace the idea that, one, it's easy, two, they can do it quickly and have it actually work, and three is get people to start coming from the point of view that they already are with their beloved in their consciousness, and honestly, pretending to a large degree. Pretending is one of those words that I like to break down into its etymology or roots. And pretending means pre-intending, or like you're pre-tending to your flock of sheep and making sure their needs are met. Well, you're doing this for yourself when you're consciously pretending something. So coming from the point of view of, I'm already beloved by my beloved, I'm already enjoying him or her, I'm already feeling safe and secure and happy, those are really important. Just simply believing that it's possible.
So,
you to find your ideal match is a huge step.
I think maybe we cut out there for about 2 seconds.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, so it's like getting back to when we were children, or at least when I was a children. I know I went out and pretended and used my imagination to amazing extent. So calling in your beloved is a good way to do it is pretending like you already have your beloved, like they're with you there. And I know you mentioned like tasting. What do you taste and what do you smell when you're around your beloved?
Yes, getting the senses involved in manifestation is huge, because if you're vague, it's not going to manifest specifically. It's like a flower. My mentor used to say, have you ever seen a vague flower? It doesn't exist. It's really specific. So when you're conjuring up or imagining or creating this idea of your beloved, get specific and include taste and smell and what you hear, all of the senses. Colors, colors are going to be more vivid. If you can smell your beloved in your imagination, you pretty much, it's a done deal. That's a really great, effective and quick tool.
Yeah. Actually, I just found the notes that I had during your class, and I'd like right now to go to the break, and then when we get back, there were a few things I would like to talk about, if you're okay with that.
Wonderful, yes.
Okay, awesome. This is going to be Benjamin Bernstein's astrology update, so let's go to Benjamin.
This is Benjamin Bernstein of AstroShaman.com with the short astrology forecast for the week of February 17, 2014. As we open the week, we've got a waning moon. Mercury is still retrograde through February 28th, so try not to start major new projects or make major purchases until it goes direct. And we're currently under the powerful influence of a T-square. That's a right triangle involving Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto. It's a very intense energy of revolutionary change, but there's a lot of hope mixed in if you embody this change in a positive and life-affirming way. As far as this particular week goes, we have several events of significance. We, on Tuesday, February 18, have the Sun entering Pisces. And then at the end of the week, we're going to have the Sun conjuncting Neptune, and I'm going to interpret both those at the same time. That Sun-Neptune conjunction is on Sunday the 23rd. Again, the entry into Pisces is here on Tuesday the 18th. They both have the same interpretation. The Sun in coordination with Neptune or Pisces is a great empowerment of your ability to attain divine states of union, to enjoy divinely inspired creativity, to be a conduit of light and love for other people if you ask the divine to flow that through you. Everything in astrology has a high side and a low side. The more challenging manifestations of these energies of Pisces and Neptune can be a strong desire to get lost in drugs or alcohol or other substances, or to move into escapism, just losing yourself in sex, food, TV, internet, games, anything that gets you out of mundane reality. What these all have in common is a desire to experience more than is normally available in regular three-dimensional experience. And I would advise you to focus more on the spiritual or creative possibilities of these Neptune and Pisces connections with the Sun, and I believe you will find them immensely more satisfying. We have one other event of significance this week, which is a Mercury-Sun square that's happening on Wednesday, February 19th. Mercury is in Aquarius, and when it squares Saturn, that creates a real interesting setup, because Mercury in Aquarius, Mercury is the mind and how you think and learn, and Aquarius is the sign of genius and intuitive flashes and sudden insights. So Mercury's placement in Aquarius is very original, very outside the box, and very creative. Saturn, however, tends to be more of a traditional, let's do it by the book and do it the way it's always been done kind of energy, and thus Saturn can be a more restrictive force. The angle that connects them, or the aspect I should say, is a square, which is a 90-degree angle, and squares tend to represent challenge for growth. So what commonly happens when Mercury and Saturn square like this and under this setup is that you've got a strong energy of, I've got all these great creative ideas, isn't this cool? And then you encounter some force either outside yourself or even a critical voice inside yourself saying, no, you can't do that. That's too unconventional or weird or wrong, or it isn't like it's always been done before. So be aware, especially midweek around February 19, if you're having that conflict between these great ideas that are popping in or these intuitive flashes that are giving you insight, and they don't vibe with the traditional way it's always been done, then I always err on the side of intuitive flashes myself, but you can play it as you will. So that is the highlights for the week of February 17. Here's a tiny bit about me. I am a professionally certified astrologer, and I've done over 5,000 astrology and shamanic healing sessions. I host This Week in Astrology, which is iTunes' #1 astrology podcast, and I'm currently rated as one of Western North Carolina's best astrologers in the region's premier reader survey. Things that can help you on my site that are absolutely free is I offer a free newsletter every week that goes in depth on the astrology forecast, and I offer Heal and Awaken invocations there as well, which are simple, powerful tools to accelerate your healing and awakening. And finally, if you're interested in work with me directly, my shamanic healing, astrology, and awakening activation services are just as powerful long distance as in person. You can find me at astroshaman.com or call me at 828-338-9852 or email me info@astroshaman.com. Thanks for listening to the Brief Astrology Forecast. I'm Benjamin Bernstein.
Okay, thank you so much, Benjamin, for the astrology forecast. You can find out more about Benjamin and listen to the iTunes #1 astrology podcast at astroshaman.com, ASTRO shaman.com. Now, Karen, are you still with us?
Yes, I am, and I'd like to just let you know that I've had several sessions with Benjamin, and he is amazing. So if you are attracted to going to check him out, I highly recommend him.
That's so cool that you two are friends, and I believe you're both from Asheville, is that right?
Yeah, we're both in the Asheville, North Carolina area.
Yeah, that's great. I know the Emergence Earth Network is very connected with Asheville. Now, before we went to Benjamin, we were talking about pretend you're with your beloved. You want to pretend that you can smell, taste, touch, and feel them. But in my notes, I wrote down, you said not to imagine a face or a name.
Yeah, I tend to guide people away from imagining names and faces onto their beloved before they are actually with them, even if they're very sure of who it is. It takes out that opportunity for divine to come in and bring someone even better, or for that divine wisdom to come in and connect you with the person who is so much more your match. It's an aspect of surrender to divine plan, because what we're doing is we're not asserting our will over divine when we do this sort of thing. We're co-creating with divine. So it's an invitation for divine to come in and bring more wonderful harmony into this picture. So even if you're 100% sure of who your beloved is, even now when I'm doing manifestation work in my relationship, I often will leave the name and face off of my partner just to get some emotional space from him, so I can do my own healing work inside, having, pertaining to our relationship, and then come back a lot fresher and cleaner without him having all of this, energetic responsibility put on him. So it's a really clean way to be co-empowered with your beloved, which is the opposite of being codependent.
Yeah.
Which is no fun.
No, not at all. The class, I believe, was calling on your beloved, but you said even if you feel like you do have your beloved, this class is going to deepen the connection between you both.
It's really geared towards anyone who's looking to just continue to have better connection with their beloved that they're already with, or call in their beloved that they're not with. I like to use tools that work on many levels.
Right. I would like to talk about the quote box, something you call a quote box for your beloved.
Can you say that again? I'm not sure I understood you.
I wrote down here a quote box. You said, make a quote box for your beloved, write down what you believe they would say, or is that...
all right. I think paraphrase a little bit, and that's perfectly good.
Okay.
So I do often suggest people would imagine their beloved saying something to them, and I say keep it short and keep it direct, 4 or 5 words at the max, really, and let it arrive in your consciousness. Don't sit there and contrive to think this one up. Really allow yourself to remember. I often will use the tool of pretending it's been, 5 years from today. So I'll suggest people pretend it's maybe Valentine's Day 2019, and then remember back on what their beloved said to them in the past. And it's beautiful how the information arrives from a different part of the brain. And if I'm doing a session with someone, I can see the micro movements of their eyes and what area their eyes are looking at to see what area of the brain they're accessing information from. And people will get this information from the area of remembering information, which is different from the area of the brain that creating information comes from. And so I'm really looking to have people access that remembering part of their brain with doing this sort of work.
And that's holography, right? Biooptic holography.
Holography, yeah.
Okay. I got it for once. That's a good thing. What made you want to find your beloved?
Oh, that's a good question. I grew up with parents that were deeply in love with each other and remain deeply in love with each other. Their 37th wedding anniversary is coming up soon. And they're so happy together.
Yes.
And I have memories of childhood of such wonderful family times and such wonderful partnership. And so that stuck with me into my adult years. And I crave community and cooperation and teamwork in my neighborhood that I live in. But there's a permaculture concept that I like to think of here, if you're familiar with permaculture at all, and it's the idea of zone zero getting taken care of first. And what that means is zone zero is your home turf. And for me, beloved partnership is community on the home turf level, which for me is the most significant level. If I don't have that area taken care of, then I'm dissatisfied with my life. So it's of extremely high importance for me to have a really solid and wonderful zone zero.
Are you still with us, Karen?
In my life, and like I said, having grown up with such wonderful parents, so deeply love each other, it's just ingrained in me. Plus, it's so much more fun to cook for 2 or 3 people than it is for myself, and have private jokes with a beloved, and work in partnership projects together. My husband's an herbalist, and so we work together. I offer his teachers as a part of my herbs and nutrition that I work with people on, and it's just so joyful to share like that.
What do you think is the most... Why do you think your parents were together for so long? What made them such a good connection for so long?
I think they chose well. I think that's important, but also neither of them were willing to settle for a partner that was kind of it or almost it. They both went into marriage realizing that they were going to find their ideal mate, and that is who they would spend the rest of their lives with, and they came into it with a commitment that was for long term. And to me, that makes a huge difference. Being willing to settle for an okay partner, you'll attract an okay partner. Being willing to settle for, just someone that'll do, you might as well set your sights high. Right. Because you're going to attract what you believe that you're worthy of attracting. And my parents both were fortunate enough, and I'm so grateful to believe that they were worthy of attracting their perfect mate. And they definitely worked at it and invested their time and energy, but they kept their focus on each other. But they're themselves first. They both have extremely good self-care practices, and then they bring that to each other. And I'm just so grateful to have had that example.
All right. What would you say to maybe the skeptics or the less believing people about this law of attraction, or that this will work to call in your beloved? What would you say to them?
Oh, I love the skeptics. I'm a skeptic myself, so skeptics are welcome. I think it's a really healthy thing to be skeptical and to explore and to have a desire to prove or disprove something to yourself. When I set out to explore this information, when I first got into law of attraction, maybe back in 2003 or 4, I set out to disprove it because it seemed really over-the-top whimsical to me, and so in my efforts to disprove it, I really solidly proved it to myself. So I say, get on the call anyway, and just go ahead and experiment. See if you can prove this to yourself by jumping all in and going ahead and just saying, yes, I'm going to give myself 100% to this experiment and see how it goes. And prove it, disprove it. Just, life is a very individual thing. You've got to make something true for yourself. Taking someone else's word on it is not a good way to go. Listen to your heart. You'll get the information that you require.
Right. Now, you are having another free teleclass for Calling in Your Beloved, and that's February 24th from 7 to 8 How would somebody go about finding the number for that?
Yeah, folks can check out my website.
I think,
And the call-in information is on my website. I'd like you to come in and just hear a little bit more and learn about what the class is about, so you're prepared for the class beautifully. So you can either Google me, Karen Savage Shane, or you can go directly to my website, which is bio-opticholography.com, and I'll spell that. It's bio-opticholography.com. And you can find me on Facebook and connect. If you Google me, you can find me on Facebook, and we can hook up that way.
right, and also here on Spreaker.com/EmergenceEarth, we do have all of the information in the description below. And also upcoming for you is Saturday, March 1st, the Conscious Manifestation.
Yes, I do an 8-hour class on how to manifest anything. Your beloved, your home, your better job, your personal health and wealth, whatever you choose to call in. It's a really in-depth class on using prayer and law of attraction and mind mapping and some really beautiful time-tested techniques. And if you're interested in that class, you can also find that on my website.
Right, and that is between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Hart House in Asheville, North Carolina. Early bird special
Yes.
ends February 16th. Oh, that's cool. Well, there was one last question that I would like to ask you, and this might be the most important for myself. What do you feel is the best way to mend a broken heart?
Oh, that is a good question. Sitting with it and feeling into your feelings. It's important to allow yourself space to feel your feelings. The law of attraction is not about compulsively going positive and only feeling good things. It's about being where you're at and consciously choosing to step into a new place. So allow yourself time, if you're tending to a broken heart, to really grieve. Personally, in the past, my experience is to ask for the help of friends and to really allow friends to help. To really go through your forgiveness lists, to make lists of things that you're going to forgive, and then in the moment actively forgive those incidents or yourself or God or the other person in that moment. Also, singing and laughing and playing and flower essences can be tremendously helpful. Massage. And just knowing that time heals wounds. Giving yourself time to realize when you're ready to jump into a relationship again. Time to be with yourself and remember how wonderful you are to be with. I think it's just such a personal process, but remembering to feel your feelings and laugh.
Karen, thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate you coming on to the show today.
It's my honor. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. This has been a presentation of Emergence Earth. You can find more at emergenceearth.com. I did say it earlier, but today is Thursday, February 13th, 2014. Thank you all for listening, and have a great Valentine's Day.